Prince is guarding Markkanen. We're going to get killed. Markkanen is going to eat Prince for lunch. Fuck. That's a good look. God almighty. Markkanen, easy shot.
Hey, Magic Man.
What's up, Gerald?
I can only stay for a couple minutes. I just wanted to thank you for heading up the playback coverage. I've got it on simulcast right now.
You're welcome, sir. Sorry, I couldn't make the pregame. I was showering, Gerald.
Oh, no worries. No worries. Cleanliness next to godliness. Go right there.
Yep, we're officially out of a playing spot.
Yep.
I'm sure Darvin Ham doesn't care about that.
That's a key right there, Magic Man.
Is D'Lo sporting a high top fade there, Gerald?
I think he is. I think he is.
That's a good look for him, actually. I like it. I like it. Oh, God. You got to lead him. You got to lead him to that. Markkanen is going to eat Prince for lunch, Gerald.
You and I both know that. I would have put Rui on as starting. I would have started Rui.
I would have started Rui, yes.
Mm-hmm. That's just me. Yeah, I was setting up the whole pregame, starting off with this the lineup that Z will end up hating, and she came on the very end of the show.
I hate it. Yeah.
Jesus.
Exactly.
Her reaction. So thank you for checking out my comments to Rodell. Appreciate you.
Yeah, of course. I mean that. No, Alan, he's not. He's on the cusp of it. He's not there yet. Especially with the 3-point shot. He that has tailed back a little bit.
What's his stats right now? I can look it up.
I don't even think he's shooting over 40% from 3. He was at 50 about a month ago, but I don't think he's there anymore.
I'll bring it up right now. He is 49% from the field, 39 from 3, and 86 from the free throw line.
So he's on the cusp of it.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good look up for Austin Reeves. Good start for the Lakers.
Yeah, that's what they needed. Because everybody thought it was doom and gloom when they heard that LeBron was going to be out of lineup tonight.
And I approve of D'Lo's high fade there. It's really nice.
Does Joe?
Who cares what Joe has to say? He said the same haircut for what, 40 years?
What'd you say?
Joe.
Oh,
I said you don't know anything about hairstyles.
Huh? I got 4 different hairstyles, buddy.
You've had the same haircut for 40 years.
You'd keep your mouth shut if you knew what was good for you, buddy.
Just eat your seeds and sit there.
I'm eating chips.
What kind of chips?
Don't worry about it.
Actually, now I'm interested, so I will worry about it. What kind of
Flamin'
chips?
hot Funyuns.
I've never had those.
Freaking amazing. That's why I buy them once a year.
Oh, only once a year?
Well, maybe twice.
Okay. Yeah, I'm dealing with a bit of gut rot right now, so flaming hot Funyuns would not mix well.
Gut rot. I haven't heard that word before.
Well, here you go. Gut rot.
What's up, Doobie?
You're like an 80s cop movie. That's all they ever drank.
I know. I'm like,
They're like, Taggart, when are you going to talk to the mayor? And then he comes out with a Pepto and Jack Daniels. I swear, Pepto got more pub in the 80s than any product ever in movies.
Oh, well, there's a huge difference between the way Pepto actually tastes and the way bismuth tastes, like the generic form of the drug.
I think it's the greatest placebo medicine ever.
I think so. It's really helping me right now, at least.
Because it's pink. There's something about the color pink. And then the liquid is soft. And it doesn't taste bad. So it's just all encompassing.
I mean, Gerald, if the Panthers owner David Tepper needed another kick in the balls, he got it today watching CJ Stroud.
Maybe you'll throw some more drinks at people.
That doesn't happen, by the way. A team that picks the second quarterback never fails this miserably.
So what do you think about the Krause deal, about the Bulls fans?
Disgusting.
I agree.
Disgusting.
Fitting for the city of Chicago lately.
Thelma Krause had nothing to do with the relationship between Jerry and Michael. And
I think the irony in it all is that Jerry Krause actually built a damn good team. He didn't draft Scottie Pippen. He got Scottie Pippen in a trade.
But I get all that. I get all of that. The issue is that Jordan got paid. Jordan got paid by Jerry Reinsdorf. Yet when things went sour, he blamed everything on Jerry Krause. And Jordan, and like you said, Joe, Jordan is considered an effigy in Chicago.
It's really Reinsdorf's fault. He pitted both sides against each other.
It was like watching my grandmother get booed, Gerald. Like, that's how upset I was about that.
It's just very disappointing.
We need to have a show on that, Gerald.
Oh. We could talk about it on tonight if I'm there. Yeah. Or you guys can talk about it on the post game.
No, I want to do it now.
Well, you got the floor now. I mean, we're on all of our outlets. It's on simulcast.
We'll do it later.
Well, then we'll do whenever you guys do it.
It's in particular, Gerald, just it's one thing to be disrespectful and disgusting to somebody who can really defend themselves, right? But when you go after children, when you go after people with special needs, and when you go after the elderly who are all vulnerable in some way, shape, or form, it's disgusting.
I think
it's indecent. It's indecent, and it should be called out immediately. And you know what? Good for Stacey King. Good for Stacey King, because Stacey King was there when all this went down. Before Mike and after Mike. And you know what, Gerald? You know what the sad part of all this is that not only will Michael Jordan remain silent about this, but he likely doesn't even care. That's what a crummy human being Michael Jordan is. He's a fucking crummy human being. Wonderful basketball player and a successful businessman, but you're a shit human being, dude.
I think that's going a little too far, Sean.
I don't give a fuck what you think, Joe.
Well, you should.
His son's marrying a professional thought, Joe. And you know what? You know what, Joe? Marcus Jordan is an adult. But you know where Michael Jordan wasn't? In the home with his kids. And he's enabled this kind of behavior. From his kids and now to the fans. So give me a fucking break about you defending Michael Jordan. Fuck off with that.
I think it was the pleats.
Joe, honestly, I think you're kind of being a fucking hypocrite about all this, personally.
Look, you don't know if he doesn't care. You don't think he cares that an old woman got booed at?
I don't even think he knows about it. I don't even think he knows about it, Joe.
Jerry Reinsdorf created a constant tension within his own organization. And this is the result. This is what happens when the bigger ego, the real issue, the real
when Kobe died, Michael Jordan released a statement almost within the hour, Joe. Almost within the hour. Now this is in his own arena that he built, and he's not saying dick about it. Fuck him.
I don't think
as a human being, he can go take a long walk on a short pier as far as I'm concerned.
I think he looks at Chicago the same way Larry Bird looks at Boston. It was where he worked.
What? Who gives a fuck about Larry Bird?
I care about Larry Bird.
Calm down, Sean. Calm down.
No, I just think that the fucking hypocrisy here is amazing to me, right? Because it's amazing to me. Joe is willing to basically blame Thelma Krause for what happened to her, right? Oh well, the Chicago organization should have known that the fans would have booed her, and like as if Thelma Krause is at fault here. Meanwhile, Joe, you're willing to give a pass to a piece of shit like Andy Reid. I just think it's the height of hypocrisy from you right now.
Andy Reid?
And I love you, and we're friends, but you're being a fucking hypocrite here. Like, give your head a fucking shake.
I would have never had her out there because I would have known this would have happened.
Right. But, you're willing to give Andy Reid a pass.
Nice move. There you go.
Both sons who not only took drugs, Joe, they were drug dealers. And his one son pointed a gun at a family in a car. But you're willing to give him a pass because you like Andy Reid, Joe. That's the height of fucking hypocrisy, dude.
I never said that. I didn't know.
Once again, this is the Lakers fans
held somebody up with a gun.
Oh, did you not realize that his son almost killed somebody drunk in a car?
I can't blame Andy Reid for that.
Oh, you can't blame him for that. He pays his kids to work on his staff, Joe. He fucking enabled them through their whole lives. But yet you're willing to blame Thelma Krause, who didn't know shit about shit. She didn't know fucking thing about basketball. Why blame her?
I blame those who let her go on stage knowing that she was going to get booed.
Yeah, that is so fucking hypocritical, Joe. I'm sorry. Give your head a fucking shake.
You have to give people chances, Sean. Come on.
No, Joe, you need to give your head a fucking shake.
I'm about third and fourth chances. You know me.
And on that note, the Lakers actually are leading.
Not when it comes to child abuse, elder abuse, special needs abuse, you don't get second
Terrible
chances from
defense,
me.
Max. But he has hit a shot from the outside, so I will give him credit for that. So, all right, the Lakers take a timeout. It is 29-27. Lakers leading. I got to head on out. I'll be monitoring and watching it from afar.
Wait, where you going?
I thought your dinner was earlier.
No, I said 7:30.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
7:30. You thought it was 7:30 your time.
Dinner?
You're right. Yeah. All right. My bad.
Yeah,
no, you said I'm 7:30 your time.
What dinner?
My brother has a birthday. Brother-in-law has a birthday party, so I have to.
Why wasn't I notified about this?
That'll be an argument for another 10 or 20 minutes.
I had to have my Shatner moment.
Exactly. Spock, we got to get back to the ship.
Watch the
little
in living color version of
these
that.
Little infants dressed in bear costumes? This is really weird. Why do we have to constantly see like children crawling, racing in Chicago, and now they're bears? This is really weird.
Because there's about 100 people going,
not even moving. That one looks like he's gonna cry.
It's like you just put me in this stupid bear outfit.
Oh, that mascot is scary looking.
Dude, there's a hilarious video of this poor kid sitting in a couch. And then all three of the most famous horror movie characters come out. And they don't stop like harassing this kid. He's going nuts.
Oh my God, that is horrible. Why would you do that?
I don't know what was hilarious.
Something like that. This is really weird. It's Utah. I guess weird comes with the territory in the state of Utah.
Tonight's word will be fast break. This game started out like a fast break. I mean, they are going up and down the floor with some speed. And we will see Rui Hachimura checking in for the Lakers. Rui has missed 5 straight, 14 overall. There he is.
Even Utah skyline looks nice at night. You can't see the 4 stoplights.
It's super.
Oh no, there are parts of that state that are awesome. I would love to take like a Maserati or a Hennessy out in Bonneville Flats. That's where they do a lot of their test drives. You know, it's weird. There's almost no rumors about Jordan Clarkson right now, which kind of lets me know that they may decide to keep him.
The real question is, what do teams like Utah, Orlando, and New Orleans do, and to some degree Oklahoma City? Should they need that one guy? Will they be able to get that one guy without having to do a trade?
No, not those 3 teams. Historically, Orlando's either had to overpay, either through a trade or free agency, to get that guy. Like they had it with Shaq, Joe. It's just they completely botched that whole scene.
I just don't think they had the money.
No, they did. They lowballed Shaq. Like Shaq Shaq talks about that opinion poll, right, in the Orlando Sentinel that. But really, it was nice block, Anthony Davis. You count that as a block, fuckers. It's not a deflection. But yeah, they lowballed him, right? 4 years, 57 million. Like, are you fucking kidding me? That's insulting. That's insulting. Because they had the right team around him. You had Penny, Shaq, then you had
They probably win in '99 if he stays.
yeah. I think they beat that
That San Antonio team.
that Spurs team, absolutely. Especially with D3 as well.
But then after that, Anthony started getting injured. So Shaq, from a not just a business decision situation, he actually left at the right time. Otherwise, he would have been stuck in Orlando.
Yeah.
With an injured Hardaway.
No, yeah, exactly. I mean, we could say that. There's just no way. There was no way to predict that his knees would give out. It's such a shame too, because the Penny Hardaway and Grant Hill were my two favorite players of mine in the '90s, and they both got hurt around the same time.
Tragic.
It is.
Oh, nice pass.
Absolutely, Z. He's gotten a little better at passing out of double teams, but it's only when they're in his line of sight. Should have started Rui. AD's really trying to get Walker Kessler off the boards. Good approach here. High screen and roll. Fuck D'Lo. You got to finish on those high screen and rolls.
Hey, take it easy.
You got so much space there, man. You got to finish. Fuck.
I'm just kidding, Sean.
All right. They really have a versatile lineup, Utah does. You could play Kelly Olynyk and Walker Kessler on the floor at the same time.
Alan, you got a problem with me, you know where to find me. Exactly. Ha ha ha.
In my estimation, Joe, I think Utah might be able to get that other guy. The only problem is I think they'd have to gut their depth.
Yeah, there's no way. They can't get anybody on. And the NBA's free agency is going to continue to get worse and worse every year. You're not going to get LeBron's going to other teams anymore. Or Kevin Durant's.
No. I think that that era is kind of washed away.
Which is puzzling to me. One of the instances during the year where the NBA owned even the NFL, they butchered.
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
Dang it. I think we can safely add that Darvin Ham also is very terrible, no good, very bad at scouting reports.
I'm tired of talking about Darvin Ham.
Because he was watching film and thought, I'm going to put Torian Prince Story Markkinen. You fool. You foolish fool.
Hey, is anyone watching the KC Miami game right now?
Yeah. In and out.
How? They have it on the Peacock app only.
I don't know. I'm in Canada. Guess they pirated it.
Yeah.
You're not watching it?
I was. Game was boring as hell though. Watching Miles Garrett attempt to be great again fails. What is the hard on about these people making this guy into Lawrence Taylor when he's not?
Who cares, Joe? They're from fucking
Who cares? These
Ohio.
assholes might be giving him the Defensive Player of the Year award. That shit is TJ Watts.
I don't. Joe, who cares?
I
Who
care.
cares?
It's very
Yeah,
important
but
to
you're
me.
the only one. You and all the Steelers Nation gives a fuck. No one else gives a fuck because no one gives a shit about Myles Garrett outside of fucking Ohio.
Yeah.
The Browns browned on themselves. That's what they do. Oh, Doobie. You had to remind us of that, didn't you? I'm just trying to enjoy a slim 8-point lead here. Okay, so it's not a traditional high top fade because it looks like he's got, I don't know what he's doing there with the spaghetti strings. What's a good look for D'Lo? Wide open three, hit it.
We need those, bud. We need
We do
those.
badly. That would have been an 11-point lead. That would have been, another minute and a half for AD to get rest. At least Kelly Olynyk cannot dribble. Thank goodness for that. No one moving again. Pass it, Christie. Wide open three. God, we cannot hit a wide open three tonight.
Are they tired already? Keeps going.
Oh my! Are you kidding me? A backdoor lob. D'Lo has not gotten any better since he first got in the league on entry passes.
D'Lo should have.
I don't know how that's possible, but he hasn't improved at all.
D'Lo should have been a scorer like James Harden with his skill set, but he never became that guy.
Because for some reason, I think Kenny Atkinson saw him more as a point scorer than an actual combo guard.
His quick release and his smoothness should have made him a 30-point a game scorer. But there's just something off. I don't know what it is.
I honestly, I think Kenny Atkinson and Steve Kerr had a lot to do with it, Joe.
Don't you think you could get it out of that funk, the talent?
Well, you know something, he was always like, even on those Nets teams, he wasn't he. You could make an argument he wasn't necessarily the guy, even though maybe as a scorer he was. But yeah, I agree. It's like, you tried to turn a fork into a spoon. And he's a spoon. This guy is playing above his head. Personally, I never really liked Colin Sexton's game, even in Alabama. Wow, got to take advantage of this. Come on,
Well, they've gone up 3 points since the quarter started, so that's pretty damn good.
up 11 gives AD about a minute or two rest. God, Lemon Daddy. Is the feed kind of getting bluey on you, Joe?
No,
Scoop layup for Jordan Clarkson. That was nice. God.
don't worry, he makes up for
Yippee.
it. Well, this quarter couldn't have gone better, I guess. AD gets to rest half the quarter, and the Lakers go up.
Hurry in for a low 4.99 APR for 60 months or $269 a month lease on a new Corolla. Ready to show a brand new you in this brand new year? We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places. This is your reminder to thank the family who gets McDonald's breakfast with a group while everyone else sleeps in.
What happened to Miami the last month? The Dolphins. Their team was stacked.
Joe, they can't win on the road.
They went from dropping 70 on somebody to nothing.
You got to win on the road in all sports. And come on, like honestly, Joe, like so you played once in the cold. In the Northeast, people have a completely different sense of kind of how to play in the cold. Like I'll give you an example, okay? Tua in his press conference was talking about feel, how the ball feels, how the atmosphere feels. It's not about feel, man. It never has been in the cold. See, in the cold, your blood thickens just naturally. And that lake effect takes all the moisture away from you, right? So you get colder faster. It's not about feel. It never has been. People who say that don't know a fucking thing about playing in the cold. Cold affects both teams. Like even teams that play in the cold, the blood thickens, heart rate increases, breathing gets a little heavier. All that affects both teams. And if you don't understand that, then you have a game like this. Then they're having.
I saw Ricky Williams win a rushing title in cold weather in a Miami uniform. Go figure.
What do you mean? Like Ricky Williams played 8 games in the heat.
I know,
Plus a couple more probably.
He closes it out in that cold weather.
Mac Brown killed Ricky Williams, Joe.
Ricky Williams killed Ricky Williams.
Nah, disagree. That guy averaged over 300 carries every year he was at Texas. Mac Brown ran him into the ground.
He still had a really, really good NFL career, though.
And Mike Ditka made a horrible trade, too, so. Oh, no doubt. But if you look at other power running backs, Cal didn't run Marshawn Lynch into the ground. Lou Holtz didn't run Jerome Bettis into the ground. Neither did Lou Holtz run Ricky Waters into the ground either. Come on, guys. Extend the lead here to halftime. Like, let's get it up to 70. High screen and roll again. AD pick and pop. Let's go. Fuck. He's got to make those. Got to keep the defense honest. Watch out. Austin Reeves with Fontecchio and Markkanen. It's going to be switch mode. Lead cut to 7. A little FAFO going on. A little FAFO. Wide open 3. Yep.
So quick. It's amazing how fast it goes.
Like caviar at a party with Christian Slater.
Wait, what happened with Christian Slater?
It's nothing that's a Curb Your Enthusiasm reference you wouldn't understand.
Yeah, because that show sucks. Bunch of grown men whining all day. No, Alan, he was saying that about you.
It's kind of funny how there were
No, only
reports
you're
now
the
that
idiot, not me.
Gordon Hayward is a buyout candidate for the Lakers. Why would he want to come here?
Why the hell would we want a one-legged basketball player?
Goes both ways. Goes both ways.
I
That
forget he's in
makes
the league half the day, half the time.
that makes no sense to me. No sense. But given Darvin Ham and Rob Pelinka, I guess making no sense makes all the sense in the world. Murray's not going to change anything, by the way. We're ranked 25th in the league offensively. Even if he plays his optimal best, the Lakers could go up to maybe 20th based on synergy. Maybe 20th. That's it. Murray is not a very good catch and shoot player, which we need in abundance. He's not good at creating for himself or for others. His defense has taken a dip, especially his steal percentage. He's not going to move the needle at all.
He'll move the needle. Just depends on who they trade him for.
Nah.
That was a nice play out of the timeout. Get out of here. Shit. Bill Russell block with control. They'll probably give him a steal for that. Oh.
If let me ask you a question, okay? Nice block, AD, straight up on Markkanen. Take him down, AD. Oh, what the fuck, man? Wide open 3. AD should have taken Markkanen down on the block. That's it, D'Lo. Just go right around a 6'10" Shimoni Fontecchio and think you're going to get around him or get a call.
Yeah. He
This
did.
guy is low IQ. Low IQ on the court. Low. And Fontecchio knew what he was going to do. He just waited for it.
So what was your question?
Oh, I was going to say, I don't like the Chicago rumors at all. Really don't. That being said, if the Bulls said, "Yeah, you can have Caruso, but you got to give up Reeves," would you do it?
No, it's a counter move.
I would. I would.
You don't get enough. You don't get enough talent that way.
I'd rather have his stellar defense and his ability to hit an open shot over what we're getting. I don't like it either. It's a horrible trade, but I'd still do it. I'd include Reeves if you gave up Caruso.
I just don't think Chicago wants to give up
Well,
Caruso.
they probably don't. But the question is, would you do it? And you're saying no. Okay, I would. I'd rather have Alex Caruso's steadiness and stellar defense. It's a difficult shot, Christian Wood.
That's all ball. That was all ball. Oh, went out of bounds. Or did it?
It looks like it was off Markkanen, not AD.
Don't worry. D'Lo will save us. And he does. Ha ha ha.
Active hands tonight, at least. That's good. Just let him go. That's it. Don't pick up a stupid foul, Austin. Again, Utah trimming this lead down. There you go. Shut the fuck up. You're a terrible defender. You're ass. Don't try and argue with the refs, Colin. You're an ass defender. Like that one, Doobie? Again, just not a high IQ player. He doesn't have good awareness at all. Your dude just got fouled. We could go up 4, but no, you gotta run your mouth again. Even though you got the call. Unbelievable. I got my hands in my pockets because I don't know where else to put them. Darvin Ham might be the only man in the history of men that was able to get a date with a woman while asking her out with his hands in his pockets. Again, LeBron, you're in a controlled environment with air conditioning. Why the fuck are you wearing a beanie and the hood up? What the fuck? I don't know, man. I just don't know anymore. Get central air, you're wearing a fucking beanie. That's funny, Alan. Oh yeah, just Austin Reeves once again. It's an Austin special. That's a good reason, Z. That's a good reason. He's almost bald. He's almost bald. He's balding. He's got no excuse.
Who?
LeBron.
No, he's gonna have hair when he retires.
Nah. Oh, great steal, Anthony Davis. Oh, that was impressive. Man. And you can't find this man help on the perimeter with at least one two-way player because it would make all the difference in the world. Rob Pelinka, I hope you choke on your Atkins diet tonight. I don't hope you die. I just hope you choke a little.
Hey, take it easy, man. Come on.
Hey, I just want him to choke a little. That's all. Maybe he'll have an epiphany at that point because that's the only way this is going to happen. This shit is staring him in the face and he's just...
It's messed up.
We got Zoolander as a GM.
It's called Magnum.
Zoolander. Rob Zoolander.
Atkins is just the name of what keto is now.
It works for people. Whatever works. Yeah. Diet. We've talked about this before, brother. Ask any nutritionist. There's no such thing as a diet. It's about caloric intake. Reduce your caloric intake, increase your activity, you lose weight. Simple math.
But I have a thyroid problem.
Well,
I'm
believe,
too
believe it
busy.
believe it or not, Joe, and most people don't know this because they don't do any research. It's not that difficult to find a very good nutritionist. It's not that difficult. People think it's expensive, right? You don't need a private chef and a nutritionist. It's the excess weight that gets you in the end.
It gets everything: your joints, your back,
Organs,
your organs,
everything.
your butthole.
I don't. That. I don't know, Joe. You had to add that at the end there, though.
Hey, there's a increase in colon cancer these days.
Oh, yep. Terrible. That's true, Z. It's like set your watch to it. He'll get at least 30, 35, be productive for about maybe like 20. And then those extra 17 minutes you play him are just disastrous. You know what, Doobie? He will pass. He will pass to LeBron and Rui. But yeah, those really are the only three he'll look to. No, Z, especially with his uh, defense on Lauri Markkinen.
Hey, is Darvin Ham complaining that the guy stepped on the line?
By the way, it looked like I think LeBron should change his pants at halftime. Just saying. You know, it's amazing how fast Utah, OKC, and Indiana crowds just completely disperse at halftime. Like I don't know what it is. Is it a big state for smoking because they can't drink?
Who knows? Looks like Kansas City is a score away from wrapping this up.
They already did. Figures. What two states do you think have the highest per capita of cigarette smokers, Joe?
Indiana and Utah.
Well, it's pretty close.
North Carolina.
Nope. You're close
Really?
though. You're like think of go back in U.S. history about where the like a lot of the tobacco came from.
Virginia, South Carolina.
Very good. Yeah. West Virginia is number 1 and Kentucky is number 2.
Yeah. Well, Miami's done.
Wasn't I, I know they were kind of known for tobacco, but weren't the Carolinas more known for cotton, like the
Yeah.
cotton fields? Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. I um I read A People's History of the United States by Howard Zinn. That's amazing. That's amazing. I learned so much about American history just from that book. Have you ever read it?
Not that one.
Okay.
The way America was discovered is pretty gnarly.
Yeah, man. Well, it taught me it made me curious about more history, like right because
What I would love, honestly, would be to see a TV series that chronicles the beginnings of America, like
well
real.
it's all intertwined, right? Like when Columbus came over. Before that, Francisco Pizarro came over and they conquered the Incas, right? And then Cortez. Apocalypto is one of my favorite movies of all time. In that quote at the beginning, "A civilization is destroyed from within
Yep,
first." Right?
yep, yep.
Yeah. When Cortez and the conquistadors are storming the beach and Jaguar Paw is seeing it, it was an amazing film.
The way America was established was a little different, though. It almost felt like the European settlers took over on a dare, and it actually worked. And it just kept happening. From sending out Daniel Boone to Davy Crockett helping Texas to Lewis and Clark.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one thing, one freak thing. And the fact that Lewis and Clark were able to do what they did with Sacagawea
Yep.
and how she ended up running into her family during their expedition, like it was almost biblical how it all came together when you really look at it.
Well, and it's ironic, right? Because again, that quote from Apocalypto, right? All these small tribes subjugated smaller tribes. That's what that's what ended up happening because they subjugated and destroyed all those smaller tribes. They made it easier for a bigger empire to enslave them.
Well, I think Colonel Nelson Miles talks to Sitting Bull about that, doesn't he?
Yes.
About how you guys are all not innocent in this. You all took tribes the way we're taking you out.
Very similar.
But because we're a different shade of color, it's different. You just said it.
Exactly. Exactly, Alan.
You just said something at the when we were talking about hypocrisy. You were calling me a hypocrite about not holding Andy Reid accountable. And
No, well, I wouldn't say accountable. I was just saying I think you give him a pass on some of his.
well, it is a pass. It is a pass because there's no way to win that argument. You're right. I like Andy Reid. Therefore, it's kind of like the Kevin Spacey thing. When I first heard about Kevin Spacey doing what he was doing, even though he's apparently been exonerated.
You know,
But
I love you, right? And that was just
well, it's actually a good. No, actually, I'm not upset about it. It's actually a valid point. It's a valid discussion that we get caught up in our decision making sometimes based off of who we like.
well. I'm as guilty as that as the next person.
It's tough. That's a tough one.
I'm as guilty as of it as the next person. So I'm not gonna, and I didn't mean it as judgment to you at all.
I didn't think you did. But that's the thing is that
I know you're a good man. I know you got a strong heart. No, isn't judging you. I love you.
But every time I thought of bad things about Andy Reid, I'm going, he's the guy that says nuggies.
He is a charming person, and you know what, Joe? That's a really sad tale. It really is. Like he lost his son. I can't imagine that. I can't imagine that. That must hurt him every day. He thinks about it every day. Garrett's gone. Garrett is gone. I can't bring him back. That's hard, And so, why, hard to really judge him either. It was just, look, man, we live in a society where, like you said, you've talked about it a lot, Joe. It's like there's way too much enabling. Way too much. Like if I know for a fact that if my dad found out that I was doing stuff that those two kids are doing, he'd probably beat me within an inch of my life.
Well, that's the part that's difficult for most people are living in a civilized society. That
Like he would.
the when you tell people that if anybody hit my kid, I'll rip their throat out. They think they think it's a euphemism. They don't really believe you.
It's true for most parents.
Yeah,
You, Alan,
there's people out there that
Henry. What's up, Henry?
What up, guys? How you doing? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, man. No,
I'll get on camera just a minute.
Yeah, no, you're right, Joe. It's like you're right, man. A lot of people hear that they think it's euphemistic, but like guys like you and Alan would actually do it.
Yeah, there is no discussion at that point. And the retort is, well, we'll go to jail. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about jail. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. You need to, the job is to make sure things like that don't happen. That's it. And it needs to stop. And the only way to stop it is to stop this thing. If the law is not going to do it, then I don't give a fuck about the law.
Well, I mean, like, can you believe that the Quebec police put out that post about not posting pirate porch pirates, stealing because it violates their rights.
Yeah, well,
That's where we are right now.
That's what happens
in this country.
It's not just Canada. It's that. Don't be surprised if California does that shit next.
Oh man,
it's gonna take. I'll tell you what it's gonna take. It's gonna take a store owner getting out a machine gun and just unloading on 4 or 5 mob.
You mean like the Korean from the LA riots?
Well, the thing is with the Koreans and the LA riots was they were standing on their rooftops.
Yeah.
And I told this to my friend who refuses to acknowledge it. I said, if you look at what happened during the riots, very few people touched the Korean stores because they were on their roofs ready to blast your face off. Don't tell me an AR is not important. An AR is very important in those situations that have happened. It's not important when maybe there's one burglar coming in, let's say. That's your opinion. I'll give you that one. But if you're talking about a mob that's ready to Reginald Denny you, yeah, I don't really give two shits about the law at that point. I'm protecting my property and my life.
Yeah. Well, that point was also kind of made in the film "Do the Right Thing," right? When they were about to riot the Korean store, and a couple of the guys say, "Leave the Korean alone, man. He's a good guy."
How are you guys doing tonight?
You know what, Henry? Surprisingly, the Lakers are actually playing a decent road game so far, and I'm gonna knock on wood because I'm not. I'm I'm sure the players can sustain this, and Allen just we're thinking along the same lines. I'm just not sure that the coaching can keep up with the chutzpah of our players right now.
Can't disagree with that one, brother. Oh man.
It feels like that, Allen. It really does. It really does.
It's a slow, painful death.
Darvin Ham's like Kevin Bacon from Animal House. Everything's fine. Everything is just fine.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, really, he's bending over and getting slapped. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Please tell me he made a small adjustment and he's nope. Not gonna insert Rui into the starting lineup in the second half, even though that was the best 5 in the first half. Great. Oh, that was nice,
That
D'Lo.
was
That was
smooth.
nice. That was very nice. Keep doing that. I mean, we've been killing the Jazz on pick and rolls so far. And screen and rolls. So let's keep doing that. What? What?
D'Lo really needs to stop waiting for them to give him a foul. He's not James Harden as much as I wish he was in his prime.
He's not. He's not.
Let's hope Utah can be stupid for another 2 quarters. Let's just get out of here with a win.
Yep.
You know what helped Harden more so than D'Lo, Joe? Is that when Harden was drafted, he was already a little thicker, and then he gained a lot of muscle mass, and that thickness really helped him absorb contact. Like Z was saying, D'Lo will try to avoid contact. Like he's resistant to the idea of attacking and taking the lick or taking the blow, whereas Harden would.
So basically, you're saying D'Lo should have got fat.
I'm saying D'Lo should have put on a little more muscle.
Damn it.
Wow.
Like Joe, if I asked you, name me the top 5 undersized players in NBA history, and it could be in the front court or the back court, doesn't matter. So
5?
AI would be one. AI would be one. And
AI,
then I'd put
Isaiah,
Isaiah,
Charles
yep,
Barkley,
he's at Charles Barkley. That's 3 right there. Yep.
Dennis Rodman.
Rodman would be up there, yep. I would put Chris Paul there as well.
Yeah.
And like Chris is stout, right? He was stout when he came in too. That helped him, and it helped Harden. That they were kind of already physical.
Would you guys consider Ben Wallace undersized?
Yeah.
Yes, I would absolutely 100%. So there, I mean, we just named 6. So I
Nate Archibald.
yep, he'd be up there. Calvin Murphy.
David Thompson.
So there. It's just like you said, Joe. Like the physical profile was always there for him. 6'5", 200 pounds. There, he made a 3.
Nice.
If he was more comfortable absorbing contact, he might have been a completely different player, as you say, Joe.
Get in there. God damn it.
See, these high... I don't know why the Lakers just don't keep running that over and over again. High screen and roll. High screen and roll. They can't really give...
Oh,
that was not... Oh!
pass.
Wide open. How's preparations for the wedding going, Henry?
Oh, it's good, man. Expensive.
Yeah, man.
It's cost.
Hopefully you're not stressed too much.
Man, not really. It's just for me. It's
That's
more.
good.
I'm looking forward to the honeymoon mainly for me, man. Or else we've already kind of been married. We lived together already 3 years. So
All right, okay. Where are you going?
I'm going to Spain. My wife
very
is
nice.
Spanish. Yeah, so we're gonna go to Spain, and
Are you gonna go
just
to
like
Portugal too? Kind of do like a Spanish caravan, or
yeah. Hopefully, we're planning it out. So for sure, one stop is Spain. We're gonna end it just like 1 or 2 days maximum at Ibiza. Just completely party it up, come back, and start saving money for another house. Hopefully.
what's the average price of a home in your area, brother?
I live in Burbank. Gerald was here recently. I would say to get a nice like condo, you need like 700, 2-bedroom condo.
Okay.
I'm in a 2-bedroom condo right now in Burbank, about like 5 minutes away from downtown Burbank, 10 minutes from Universal. I got this 3 years ago for close to 700. So
Okay.
I know it's gotten a little bit higher, but I wouldn't change it for the world, man. I'm Armenian, so my whole community is here. My whole family,
That's
everyone.
awesome. That's awesome, man. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I really I really came to like really sink my teeth into the Armenian culture when I became a fan of System of a Down.
Oh yeah, yeah. You see them around here all the time, bro. They're like just like normal people, eating, going to restaurants and whatnot. So it's pretty cool.
Dude, I got to smoke a bowl with both John Dolomite
Oh
uh
no way,
yeah,
nice.
And Darren.
That's cool, bro. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, they're over here. They're just like regular people to us, and they're super cool. I mean, they help out our country a lot, obviously, because they have
Yes.
influence.
And
Um,
I also know Darren's like a huge, like maniacal Los Angeles Kings fan. So I've
yeah,
heard like you pretty much see him at like every Kings game.
our people love hockey for sure. That's like our sport. We love hockey. I mean, internationally speaking, everyone likes soccer, football,
Yep.
but hockey's big too for us. It's super
Yeah, man.
expensive though.
Oh, it is. It is. By the way, one of the best hockey players over the past 10 years was is Nazem Kadri, Naz Kadri, uh, Lebanese.
Oh, he's Lebanese. Okay, got it, got
Yeah,
it.
but amazing. Yeah. So I mean, hockey just is transcending cultures, man. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, for sure. We got thing here too. I know when the Kings. I'm not too big on hockey, but I know when the Kings had that run where they're like the 8th seed and they went on to win and like
Hmm.
completely destroy everyone in the playoffs. That's when it was crazy over here. Like people were going nuts.
It was a great team. That Jonathan Quick had one of the best 3-year runs as a goalie ever.
Goalkeeper, yeah, yeah, crazy, bro. And then they had I forgot his name. Kopitar. There we go.
Kopitar, Anze Kopitar, yep.
Yeah, yeah, that team for like a nice like 3 4 year stretch, they're going crazy.
They were big. They were big, mean, nasty. They had really good
Kind of
goaltending.
the profile of LA championship teams, right? Like just bigger, faster, stronger
Bigger,
than
faster, meaner. Yes,
yeah.
absolutely. It fit the culture.
Trying to get the game on my computer here too, so I can work a little bit.
So yeah, it was pretty. My dad tells this really funny story about how they were driving into Utah and he was thirsty, so he wanted to grab some beer, but as soon as he walked in the convenience store, he didn't see any beer, and he walks up to the counter and he asked the guy, "Where's the beer?" He's like, "Well, this is a dry county. We don't sell beer."
They don't know. I was just in Park City 2 months ago, and at the bar, like when you buy a drink or whatever, they have like this device that tracks how much they can pour, and they have to pour the bottle through that device, so they make sure you don't get like over pour or anything like that. It's pretty crazy.
Wow!
They're very
Wow!
strict, very strict.
You got to be kidding me.
No, seriously, I was so shocked.
That's
I
nuts.
thought, yeah, dude. I thought, like whenever bartenders use that, I don't know what it's called, like to measure it, to make sure
Yes,
they don't. I thought that's what it was, right? But he's like, no, this is like from the city, the government itself.
that's nuts. You know what it is, Doobie? I'm just gonna say it again. I think that Rui is not Darvin Ham's cup of tea. Even when he was playing well in the playoffs, it just felt that for some reason he didn't like his style of play. I'm not sure if it's the fact that Rui doesn't do any one thing really well, but he is a good mid-range shooter. He is decent moving without the ball. He's pretty good heading to the rim. Not a high free throw percentage per se, but I mean, who does other than the elites of the elite? And his defense isn't good and it isn't bad. It's passable. So for some reason, I just think he's got his favorites, and Cam Reddish and Vando he dotes on, like they're his apple of his eye, and he just will discard D'Lo and Rui if they're not playing well. Like they have a shorter fuse than Cam and Vando.
That's so bad, man. Oh my god. That's just so bad, bro.
Gotta go on a run here. Come on. Nobody moving without the ball, and D'Lo takes a bad shot. I didn't write that. Message contains blocked text.
Stupid.
Another bad shot. Gets a foul call, but okay. So again, they're not letting me. I think they're monitoring certain words. All I was gonna say was I think it's a fetish for Darvin Ham that he doesn't call timeouts, and playback is blocking that.
Then that whatever the hell that is stupid. They block the dumbest words, but they don't block the F word.
Yeah. Oh, they're giving Mace some run. Nice.
Mm-hmm. I love how they shout out his stats, but yet don't provide any context to it. Yeah, Lakers were down 30 points when Mace came into the game, but okay. Another high screen and roll. That's a man.
Jumper has been off for AD last few games.
It has. It has. It's really weird. It wasn't. It
Are these
wasn't
assholes
happening.
gonna let these guys play or what?
He
Fuck.
has a nice stroke too, though. When he shoots, it's like a
He
nice.
does. Why do I get the feeling Ben Taylor is officiating this game? Though I haven't seen him. He is now the worst official in the NBA. Now that Eric Lewis is gone.
Is he another Celtics fan?
I don't think so. But I can't be too sure.
Yeah,
I know he doesn't have a burner account.
that we have found so far.
Yes, very true.
Oh, I know it's been a shitty season, but I would really want this win so bad.
Mm-hmm. There's really only a couple of consistent refs. Zach Zorba is one. Sean Corbin is another. It's really slim pickings, though. I mean, we're just in a cycle of the NBA just having bad officiating, unfortunately.
It's like that in NFL too, though.
Yes.
NFL's gotten so bad. I mean, it was bad already. It's trash.
Why do you think that is, Joe? I mean, it has just been kind of these competition committees just shoving it down their
I don't
throat.
even know what the hell that is. What kind of competition committee run by the coaches and some of it have no say in these rules?
I don't get it either.
I think they pay him off. That's what they do.
It's money.
That's
That's what I
why
hate
Henry was
about
doing that.
That's what I hate about that piece of shit commissioner and the fake ass freaking owners who act like they're all surprised.
Well, and like, don't you think that the more practical and kind of pragmatic approach would be to maybe introduce rules gradually, maybe even in the preseason or
No, they don't do that shit.
yeah, because that would be the
Because
smart
these
route.
idiots
That would be
signed
the smart
away.
route.
They signed away their decision making when they could have stuck it to that dumb fuck. That's what pisses me off.
By the way, Roger Goodell was Pete Roselle's driver.
As far as I'm concerned, he should have still stayed there.
That's how he ascended. Got him his coffee. The Kathleen Kennedy got Steven Spielberg his coffee.
Oh my God. Talk about a fucking dud. I wouldn't let that bitch run.
Goodell's making like 50+ mil a year now, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
More. He cares about player safety, but he plays every day of the week now.
Yeah, that is very true.
But Joe, it's amazing how one person kind of ruined how you make a good movie.
It's George Lucas's fault for letting her run his franchise and selling it to Disney, that sewage of a fucking company.
Wow. Nice.
And even when he saw it circling the drain, he thought he could still salvage it. Great steal. But you got to pass it. That's Jared Vanderbilt. That's Jared Vanderbilt, ladies and gentlemen. In a nutshell. That is Jared Vanderbilt summed up in one fucking possession. Brilliant off defensive positioning and way to instinctually make that move, and then you shit your pants on the offensive end.
Jesus, are they going to stop him from scoring ever?
Skylar Mays to the rescue. Take him on the block. Take him on the block. Take that fin down on the block.
Can you make a stop?
Not in today's NBA. They don't play any defense.
Wide open three. Man. Look, I get it. You think you gotta play Skylar Mays, but he is a horrible defender. Come on, Rui. You got him on the baseline. There you go. And still can't finish. Still can't finish. Rui's open for a three.
Damn.
Son of a bitch.
Great. Oh, Skylar Mays. At least he passed the ball.
Oh, is he hurt?
What the hell just happened?
Vando got called for, I believe, an offensive foul.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yep.
For the love of God, help me why he plays this guy.
Yeah.
How was that an offensive freaking foul?
Because it was a cheap block.
Cheap what? He had his hands to himself.
It's a form of interference. They're calling
Oh, you
more
can
and more.
suck my interference up your ass.
Yeah, Joe. Joe, Darvin Ham isn't fucking smart. Okay, a lot of other coaches are. They're calling those rubs more and more now. So you need to be more creative about how you skirt around those screens. And he's just not. Like, he's not that. Like, that is a subtlety and a nuance to offense that he just doesn't understand. And our only nice, strong Rui. Come on, close it out strong. Get a couple stops here. Might be able to take the lead going into the fourth.
Okay, how's that illegal right there? How is that legal? He moved his ass.
Ooh.
Have to see a replay to.
How was Olynyk, seriously, how was Kelly Olynyk allowed to do what he just did? To clip the runner.
That looked like a rub to me, Joe.
This is the part that pisses me off. You call somebody for a foul for something that he's got his hands in his damn pockets, let alone putting his ass out like Kelly just did. You don't call that. This is the problem.
There's a problem last year too. I don't like it either. Definitely not going to show a replay on it. Why would they? Yeah, from the naked eye, it looked like the almost more blatant than what Vando did. Just come on, guys, get a stop.
Jesus Christ, bro.
This is a fucking joke, man. I swear to God, this is a goddamn joke.
So, Gerald will. Are you listening, Joe?
Yeah.
Okay. Gerald will be indisposed for the post game, so we're gonna run it.
All right.
Happy wife, happy life. That was a bad. Oh my God. Are they gonna really hit a 3 here and go up 8 into the fourth? Are we
Probably.
gonna allow that, for fuck's sakes? Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Awful third quarter by the Lakers.
Oh man.
If Darvin Ham does not play AD the whole fourth quarter, there's no way the Lakers will be able to pull this one out.
I don't think it's going to matter anyways.
I would say accentuate the positive, but it's Darvin Ham.
Oh, it's such a bad hire, bro. Jesus.
Like, think about that in any other profession, right, Henry? Think about this. You have an applicant who really wants the job. Your applicant also was a former employee in your organization as well, and did his job. Yet, you and your brain trust feel that even though this player was linked to your organization and has shown himself to be very good at the job that you need him to do, because he's been at the apex, the summit of that profession, he's won a championship, you decide to pull the carpet underneath his feet.
Yep.
And you then decide to hire another applicant who has no history with your organization. None. Who, other than being an assistant, but let's be honest. Has has never held that job before, so you don't know whether or not they're prepared or not,
Or
and
capable.
or capable, and you decide that you're going to give them a lengthy contract. In any
Might I
other
add that you did not offer that lengthy contract to another proven applicant who has won before with the star player that you have, and they check the box of nepotism and being within the Laker family, because we can't hire anyone outside of the box,
you're right.
for someone that's never done it before.
It makes
Oh,
no
that's
sense on the surface.
such a
None.
backfire. He literally got I'm convinced, and I wish I knew, but there's no way I could find out. He literally probably got the job because he said he could make Russell Westbrook work, and that got them horny. Literally.
100%. I think that's essentially that was the kicker.
Can somebody tell me what the hell just happened? Who the hell got a technical?
Let me see.
I wasn't paying attention.
Let me see.
I was distracted. My buddy just sent me a video of this dumb shit trying to stab a cop with a pencil.
Was it pointed even?
I don't know. All I know is he was looking at the pencil on the desk, and then all of a sudden he tried to turn around, stab real quick, and the cop caught him and start jacking him
Do
up.
you think he's Nicky Santoro or something?
Yeah, pretty much. You hear that little girl, Ace? You hear that little girl?
Oh, that was a pen though. That wasn't. That was funny,
Nice.
Joe.
Where's the fucking tough guy that told my friend to stick it up his ass?
Yeah.
You gotta bring AD in here now.
Oh my God. Skylar Mays picked up a technical foul. What the? Okay.
Seriously,
so-
what kind of a douchebag ref gives a technical to a guy who's only played in the NBA for 5 minutes?
A G League player. Well, fair point, Joe. I would only retort by saying, unless you're Anthony Davis or LeBron James, you shouldn't be yapping either. Like Torian Prince was picking up technical fouls left, right, and center a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Yep.
It's gotten way too out of hand. Unless you're a star player, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Honestly, like if I was part of a leadership group in a locker room, that would be one of the things we would constantly hammer home. Unless you're the one or two guy, keep your mouth shut. We can speak up for you. But
Well,
Darvin
guys,
Ham's the kindergarten teacher, and Christian Wood. Come on, man.
come on. You gotta
have
bring
to have
AD
that
here.
Oh,
You gotta-
that's
you gotta
terrible.
suck it, AD. Come on, man.
D'Lo's defense is just not good. You're 6'5". You can prevent that lob. In and out for Rui.
Whoa.
At least Vando can
How the
get a
hell did
putback.
he get that in there?
Hey, broken clock's right twice a day, Joe. That's an offensive foul. They finally called it. They called it that time, Joe.
Hallelujah. Somebody give that guy a beer. Oh, wait, he's in Utah. They don't have fucking beer. Give Get him some chocolate milk.
Nice. Good
You know what
shit.
makes chocolate milk taste a little better?
Cereal.
Salt.
Well,
A pinch of salt? Yeah. It tastes great, Joe. You should try it. Just a pinch. That's all. You'll notice a difference. See, I can eat cereal with hot chocolate, but m- not chocolate milk.
the milk turns chocolate, like Cocoa Krispies. It's amazing.
Yeah, no, I've had um Nesquik and Cocoa Puffs. Do they still sell Cocoa Puffs, or is that like too much sugar now? It's almost illegal.
No, they still sell it. Just
Yeah.
don't buy it all the time.
I'm surprised some of that cereal is still allowed to be
So
sold. Like
we
Lucky.
have a eunuch on the bench, and these assholes get a guy drafted a slot before us who can make shots.
I'm hearing a lot of weird noises coming from somebody's home.
Sounds like an Armenian house.
No, it sounds like it's coming from your house.
There's no one around me. By myself.
Then it's coming from Henry's house.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I didn't mute. I was talking to my.
That's all. That's all good. We don't mute around here, so feel free.
I do.
Not really.
Am I gonna have to karate chop you in the throat?
I can hear you in your kitchen when you're preparing meals.
I don't prepare meals.
Oh, really? You don't make cereal? You don't
Not while I'm on the show.
I've heard clinking and the sound of bowls being filled with stuff, Joe.
I don't make any noise.
Hey, look, bro. I'm diabetic. I might have retinal hemorrhaging, but my ears are perfect.
You should clean your ears out
My ears are perfect.
with a trimmer.
Are you inferring I'm a troll?
Yes.
I don't live under a bridge. I live in a home.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You want an award or something? Fancy pants? Why the hell is Oral Hershiser wearing a football uniform?
The Jazz have some of the weirdest color schemes in NBA history. Like they go from turquoise, purple, and white to like the desert, like desert sand. It's so weird.
All
It's
that and they
so
listen to jazz
weird.
in Utah.
Hmm?
All that and they listen to jazz in Utah.
Well, I mean, they didn't change their name. Like it was the New Orleans Jazz. Like that completely makes sense. The Utah Jazz. I can't even think of one great jazz musician that ever came from the state of Utah.
No, they probably wouldn't be allowed to be.
Jazz musicians. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Unless you play the fife or the what's another old instrument, like old timey instrument from like Americana, Joe? The fife and what else?
Cello?
No, the drums, banjo. That's it, Nick. Yeah,
Banjo.
banjo. It's Americana.
What?
This one, you fuck. Fucking refs. I hate them all.
Hey, Sean, Joe, and Henry. Apologies, I'm late.
No, it's all good, Nick. What's up?
I'm just
Oh, that was just terrible.
as I mean, you guys have been watching the game closer than I have. I'm surprised the Lakers have kept it this close.
We were actually up at half, Nick.
Yeah, I saw that, and then I saw that the Utah Jazz came back.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing well. It's kind of falling apart now, but
Again, they're able to siphon Anthony Davis off with double teams. If AD's in line of sight of a double, he could pass out of it. But if he's not even paying attention, good luck.
yeah, he gets flustered.
It's not a bad move, Austin Reeves.
He got fouled, too.
Mm-hmm. I saw that. Agreed, Z. That's too easy look for Jordan Clarkson. Come on. Know your personnel. Can't leave him that wide open.
It's a foul, no?
It should have
Jesus.
been a foul. Yeah, Christian Wood, he cannot have a consistent game from 3 in either half. He's either hot in the first or hot in the second, and he's cold in the other one.
No way, man.
Come on. Come on.
No way, man. How? Look at the replay. What did he do?
What did he do? What did he do? Clarkson ran into him.
Challenge it, you fuck. What are you waiting for? You have 2 of them. What do you got to lose? Why didn't he challenge it?
Because he's gutless.
Why do you keep putting Mays in there? He doesn't know what he's doing.
Look, these Utah guards are a lot like linebackers. They're big, they're strong, they can get to the hole. Why have Mays out there? Why? Explain to me like I'm a 6-year-old, Darvin. Oh, Austin's trapped. Prince not gonna make a good decision here. Oh, hook shot goes in.
They could steal this one, man. They could steal this game.
They're only down by 5. A lot of time left. Mays is getting lost already. Oh.
Um, that
So they're saying LeBron has ankle tendonitis now. Bold prediction. If Darv, so I talked about this last year. Last year, again, Ham talked about reducing LeBron's minutes, yet he continually played him 35 to 37 minutes a game. And guys, when they played the Charlotte Hornets, he said, "Yep, you know what? We got to keep it rolling with him." And a month later, he really hurt himself, and we suffered as a result. Darvin Ham is stupid on the court. He is a stupid, stupid man watching basketball. Instead of calling a hmm, so this is interesting.
no.
So out of the most picked on and isolated defenders in the NBA, who do you think has been targeted the most?
In general or just Lakers?
Lakers.
Has to be Austin, right?
Correct. But it's absurdly high, Henry. Like absurdly high. Like, oh, and D'Lo, just lovely. Why the fuck does he's just an awful, awful passer? I'm sorry. He is an awful instinctual passer. Just bad. That is the third time
I'm turning
he's
this shit
turned
off.
his
I'm
head
home.
back.
I'm
And
sorry, man. There
it,
just is no execution in the fourth. Like that's like usually fourth quarter regular season games is when like coaches take over. You know, obviously you don't uh, throw out your whole playbook, right? But there has to be some sort of execution. Get your team easy baskets. The guy doesn't call timeouts. Like I can't.
but to continue on with the Reeves, what's interesting about this is yes, he's being picked on at an absurdly high rate. That being said, he's also had a lot of unlucky breaks because if
Yeah.
you look at the effective field goal percentage that he gives up, he only
What?
there's a minimal Henry, minimal and Nick and Joe, minimal difference between Austin Reeves ISO defense and DeJounte Murray. And you're thinking of acquiring Murray. Like you're robbing Peter to pay Paul. I really need people kind of like especially casual Laker fans to understand this. Murray isn't going to help the Lakers any more than Austin Reeves is right now.
I think we
Murray's
talked about it. We talked about it the other day. Remember, I said
yeah,
I watched a few games. He's just not like Murray. Doesn't look good defensively. I mean,
no, he doesn't.
I,
He doesn't, and there's
I'm not
like
gonna lie
there's
though. Like watching Austin's, the eye test looks horrible because he
it
just like
does.
that. You know, he
It
gets
does,
thrown
but
off.
he's being picked on at an absurdly high rate, and he's he's just a little bit less effective defensively than DeJounte Murray is.
Is there a way you can find out how much he was being picked on last year versus this year?
I would very good question. I will look into that. Definitely. I will definitely look into that.
Because remember, I was saying the other day, I still can't think of a player that played overseas for like FIBA or World Cup or what have you, Olympics, and came back and like there's film on him and made him worse, if anything. You know,
Hmm. Yeah, man. It was kind of amazing.
it's mind blowing to me.
Sean, what
He,
about in that package bringing back not just Murray, but I think we talked about it briefly. Bogdan.
Yeah, man. That would be yeah, Nick. If you're gonna make that move, I think you need to
yeah,
expand the deal, and not just bring in Murray. You need an, a scorer, facilitator, somebody on the perimeter that's not gonna have you leak oil offensively. Because let's face it, Nick, like we can't keep playing 3-on-5. Like we can't have clunker cars out there with a Lamborghini and a Mercedes. You can't.
I love Bogdanovic's game, man, but he just always injured as well.
Sean, what about bringing back Clint Capella instead of Bogdan? How do you feel about that?
Mm, see, I would actually like that move, Nick, because I think you can play Capella and AD together, and it's just with our guards. If you were able to do that, you can run screen and roll and pick and roll to death, and just slaughter people inside. I just would would is Palinka smart enough to kind of I isolate that? Like, yeah, I'm with you, Nick. Like, if if they don't want to trade Bogdanovich, then yeah, I'd take Clint Capella for sure. Clint Capella has been a very solid player where everywhere he's gone.
Yeah, I agree. Let me ask you guys this. Usually, when there's so many rumors out, right? Like, oh, this team is linked to DeJounte Murray or whatever. Like, this team is linked to Zach LaVine and the Bulls. It's never usually that team that ends up making the deal, especially the last few years with the Twitter rumors and everyone trying to be an insider.
Right.
I really don't think they may get either one. I mean, what do you think? Is there someone that we're not like hearing about that they could trade for? Personally, if you ask me, I think it's just going to be something marginal that they do, something on the
Yes.
margin.
I think you're right about that, Henry. Um, it's interesting. Yeah, I can't think of, kind of like we've been talking about this infrequently, but I can't think of like a mystery player that would check a few boxes. He's not there. Would you really want Jordan Poole, Ruff?
Yeah, I'd rather have like Terry Rozier or something.
Uh,
I don't think it matters.
I don't know about
It
Poole, man.
matters to me. It matters to me aesthetically. Jordan Poole is a bad basketball player. He's just a bad basketball player.
Not just that, the contract is massive.
It's it's untenable. I mean,
Nothing will save this team.
if they're hesitant to trade for Zach LaVine, who's actually a proven shooter, I mean, why the hell would you take a flyer on the most aesthetically disgusting basketball player on the court? I mean, no disrespect to Jordan Poole. He's got skills. It's just they don't translate to NBA basketball.
I mean,
I'm sure he'd be great in Europe or Tel Aviv.
And Joe, like I agree, the Lakers will probably just end up making some moves along the margins, but they do have more tradable chips this season than they did last. So
The only kind of mystery player would have, like what we're talking about, would have to not only ask for a trade, but they'd have to ask for a trade to the Lakers. And to be frank, that's not going to happen because normally when a guy wants to get traded, one of the last teams another organization wants to deal with is the Lakers, and usually almost never does that happen quietly. It's not as if somebody will head into the front office and say, yeah, can you quietly trade me to the Lakers? Usually that gets leaked in less than 24 hours.
Yeah,
Because we can't keep a button.
Okay, so let me ask you another question, then I'll make it easy. Let's not name a player. If it's up to you, put coaching aside, we already know that's horrible. What profile of a player is needed on a team like this? Ball handling? You need like a ball handling guard?
Yeah, 6'3" to 6'7", ball handler, capable of kick and drive, and passable defense.
Okay, that's fair. Nick, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean that's exactly right. Yeah, so I agree with Henry what Sean said about a player profile. Like, I think it's more for me. I would defense should be a little bit more than passable. But other than that, I agree with Sean.
It's true. It's true. I'm trying to be realistic here.
Yeah. No, I appreciate the realism.
It could be like imagine like a 2020 KCP, right? Or like a 2020 Alex Caruso, but with like a little bit more of a 3-point shot and
Yeah.
more ball handling. But basically, what the type of roster we had in 2020 is what we need now.
Yeah, I mean, if you could somehow, the only guy I could really think of who would uptick our offense to maybe top 20, like somewhere 15 to 20, would be Spencer Dinwiddie. If you could acquire Spencer Dinwiddie, that's a guy who could help out the Lakers significantly.
That is a good one.
And he's an Alley native, Sean.
He is. Spencer
he?
Dinwiddie
Okay.
is a native.
Interesting. I didn't know that. That's good to know. I think what I would choose, minus like let's say guard or defensive or whatnot, I think they need a leader. They need someone like Rondo, like a coach on the court type that will
No doubt.
disregard the coach on the sidelines and basically he runs the show when he's in there. And he's always up on the sidelines coaching the guys and has their respect. Someone like Rondo would be perfect for a team like this because we've seen it before. Rondo does not mind tuning out the coach. He will do his own thing because he thinks he's smarter than the coach sometimes. And for the most part, he is. We saw it in 2020. Basically, he even said on a podcast that him and LeBron were running the offense while Vogel had the defense, and I think that's perfect. They had something there, but I don't think this coach. I can't name, not to be a Debbie Downer. I just can't name one thing that he does well.
Yeah.
Perhaps he's a player's coach. I'm not sure. I'm not in the locker room to know, or in practices if they even do practice or whatnot. I'm not in those meetings. Do the
Well,
players like him?
yeah, exactly, Henry. Well, judging from just the optics, we talked about it. I'm not sure if you heard that, Henry, but it seems like it is a divided locker room with only a few ham acolytes. Like I think Cam Reddish,
Torian
um,
Prince.
yeah, Torian Prince, and Jared Vanderbilt. I think those are the only three acolytes that would be behind Darvin Ham. I think it's a divided locker room. On top of that, you had that athletic article where 6 separate Lakers were basically making it known that they're not very happy with Darvin Ham, and I could name the 6 right now. I don't even need to know it.
Yeah,
Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hashimura, Christian
agreed.
Wood, Jackson Hayes, and bop, 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 LeBron James.
Agreed. I agree. I agree with that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like I agree with what you're saying, man. Judging based off game optics from what I see from the sidelines and whatnot, I don't think he's a player's coach. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, sure, if he's gonna get Torian Prince a nice contract maybe from another team, sure, yeah. If I'm Torian Prince, I would love Darvin Ham.
Yeah,
He's keeping
I
me in the league.
yeah, exactly. I'm I just think AD is indifferent, honestly.
I think AD won his championship. He's riding the wave with LeBron. He's a great player. I love him, obviously. He's on my favorite team. But he doesn't strike me as someone that's a strong personality. I think he's a passive guy.
Dispassionate as far as like interpersonal conflict. I agree with you, Henry,
Yeah.
definitely.
He's
Whereas
just a
I think,
baller. Like
yeah,
if you play sports, you know, like there's some guys that just show up, ball, and leave and go home. Like obviously they want to win and all that jazz, right? But they're just
well,
ballers. They'll drop their 30 and 15.
and not only that, Henry, we've seen it that Darvin Ham will try and call it a set, and LeBron just waves him off. He waves him
Yeah,
off. He
yeah,
waved
yeah.
him off last year. He waves him off this year.
It happened at, I swear I saw it. I know the game's ending. You guys are going to go to YouTube. But at the end of the Clipper, towards the end of the Clipper game where they were, like LeBron called a timeout and wanted to advance the ball when there's like 5 seconds left or something like that. And he's walking
Yes.
and Darvin's trying to say something and LeBron was just like shaking him off.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. We got this, little bro. That's what
yeah,
he was saying.
basically like if a professional lip reader actually said that, I would not be surprised. You know, he said it looked like he said something like that, like "Don't trip, I got this," like "Move out the way" type deal. And like, imagine how you
Yeah,
would feel.
right. That you were just shouted down by LeBron James. So I mean, I hear what people are saying about, well, maybe the Lakers aren't really taking LeBron into consideration when it comes to the moves they make. Well, if he's waving off Darvin Ham, there's your answer.
Yeah,
There's your
exactly.
answer. He's basically saying F you.
Basically, I agree.
And and I'm sorry, but Genie can't play this game where, well, one player isn't bigger than the Los Angeles Laker organization. Well, let's see. How many times did he placate to Kobe Bean Bryant?
Yeah.
And Kobe got his way more so than the Lakers got their way.
I heard you guys' podcast yesterday with I think he's the hoops hype guy.
Yeah,
You guys are
Sam Yip.
all Yeah, you guys were all pretty right, man. LeBron did kind of save the organization when we were in the dump. So Genie can't say that bullshit.
Henry, LeBron came in 2018 to play with children.
Yeah, exactly. He chose to do that, you know.
Yeah, it's still a miracle that happened, to be honest. And that probably deserves like its own podcast episode, Sean, at some point.
Yeah, definitely, Nick. We will definitely table that. Want to thank everybody for coming out for the Lakers Jazz game tonight. That's playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. Unfortunately, the Lakers fall tonight 132, 125. Thank you, everybody. We'll be back for playback because we're not going anywhere. Please head on out to the post on YouTube. I'm just about to set it up, guys. Henry, I will send you a link. Hopefully, you can join us. If not, all good, brother. And
See you guys,
take
yeah.
care, everybody. We'll see you back next time. I hear you, Dante. Night, everybody.